My name is Catherine Goodwin, and I will be interviewing my mom, Carolyn Goodwin. She has 2 accounting designations. She is a certified general accountant, as well as a chartered professional accountant. She works as a financial analyst at UOIT. Thank you for allowing me to interview you tonight, Carolyn.
You're welcome, Catherine.
So what level of math education would someone need to acquire a position at UOIT for a financial analyst?
If you want to be a financial analyst at UOIT, you have to have a university degree and you have to have a professional accounting designation as well. And you also need to have advanced skills in using various Microsoft products, particularly Excel and Access.
What math skills do you think are most important for those who want to enter your field?
Well, I think you have to have a very strong understanding of very basic math in order to do calculations. You also have to have advanced skills at being able to put those calculations and numbers into spreadsheets and various software products in order to do the calculations.
Okay. So, as you just mentioned, there are measurements and calculations as part of your job. Can you name a few?
Yes. We calculate all sorts of things. For instance, we sit down and prepare budgets with our department heads, and they have their budget, and then as the year goes on, they are spending monies against that budget. So we look at analyzing the costs to determine whether or not they're in line with budget or they're not. And we also use calculations for calculating the wear and tear on the machinery, the office furniture, it's the depreciation on things. We also would calculate the return on investments as part of our general calculations.
Do you ever make estimates or quick calculations?
Yes, we have to make estimates every month in order to meet the requirements of the matching principle, which is part of the accounting standards. So every month, we close our books and do calculations for any revenue that we have earned but have not yet received, and any expenses that we have incurred but have not yet received, have not yet paid for those expenses. So we want to make sure that everything is captured in the correct period where the revenue and the expenses that were incurred to generate that revenue are matched in that one period.
So what kind of repercussions would incur if you ever made an incorrect calculation?
When we prepare our calculations, we are preparing financial reports for not only our managers and directors, but we are also preparing them for senior management and the Board of Governors. And the documents that we prepare and the analysis that we do helps those individuals make decisions. So if we were preparing the information incorrectly, that may lead the other people that are using this information for decisions to make an improper decision, which could be very small or it could be catastrophic.
So there's not a lot of room for error?
No, there's no room for error.
Okay. In what ways do you use mathematical knowledge or skills in communication with others?
You have to have the mathematical knowledge in order to do the job, but you also have to be able to use those skills when you're communicating with, let's say, the department head, when we're looking at your budget compared to actual. So when we're talking and doing the analysis of the various costs against budget, we want to look at where are you, why are you at that position, and if you are over budget and think that you may continue on that path, how do we mitigate those issues so that it doesn't explode?
Okay. So before we wrap up, what tips or tricks could you offer someone hoping to become an accountant?
Well, Tips and tricks, let's see. Well, rounding is always a good thing to use because it's very quick. Depending on the situation, I would use different skills and perhaps take a different length of time in order to come up with the calculations. You definitely need to have a strong understanding of your basic math skills like multiplication. You also want to have advanced skills in using any kind of spreadsheet kind of software product, because you do very advanced calculations and you need to be able to set up macros and do all sorts of things using the tools that are provided in the spreadsheet software. But if you don't have the mathematical knowledge that those calculations can be done, you wouldn't know to create them in Excel, or you wouldn't know to go and search for them in Excel.
Okay, good to know. So thank you again for allowing me to interview you tonight.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too.